JBNN keep you informed. I'm Michelle Jones, and in the news, BB Coke students hailed for a Russian injured friend to doctor following Clark's incident.
Thank you, and I do hope you have a good day.
BB Coke students Dejon Gordon, Gary Bartley, and Kehari Green were applauded at the St. Elizabeth-based institution's devotion on Monday for rushing their friend to see the doctor after he was allegedly beaten for stepping on his schoolmate Clark's shoes. Another student, Dejon Powell, was not at school on Monday. The boys are being hailed far and wide for rescuing and moving on foot Jaim Coleman, 14, after he was beaten unconscious, allegedly by a grade 11 student for stepping on a shoe. The grade 11 student allegedly assaulted the grade 8 student by punching and beating him on his hands and face. His aunt, Tamika Holness, said she was hurt by the security guard's alleged failure to report the incident to the school's administration. Meanwhile, the 15-year-old boy was on Monday offered bail. The grade 11 student's attorney, Upton Marshall, said the schoolboy was offered bail in the sum of $300,000 when he appeared before presiding judge Darren Lawrence Pivot at the Black River Courthouse. That bail application was successful at the moment. We're expecting his parent to take up the bail that was granted to him, said Marshall.
There's a stop order which requires certain liaison with PICA. So that, for now, is the greatest consideration. Right?
Can you say, since you're representing the family, can you say how the family members feel as it relates to the fact that...
As was expressed in court, especially his mother, they are so empathetic. And I expressed that to the court. It is a very unfortunate situation, and they sympathize with the complainant and his family. So that is just something that I wish to put out there. All right?
So it's a case where this is something that is outside of the norm for him then?
Yes. He doesn't have a history of aggression to this extent, you know. Yeah.
So are you therefore dismissing reports made by, for example, the school board chairman that they were concerned about his behavior in the prior years at BB Coke?
I do not know what is in their school records, so I will not counter anything that I have not seen, you know, but I can only say what I have said, you know, thus far. And just to reiterate, his family wishes to extend their sympathies to the family of the complainant. And lastly, he was in court today in the same pair of shoes that he had on that day. And that pair of shoes is not, and I say not, a pair of Clarks. Thank you.
Dozens of Ocherius primary students rushed to hospital after eating ganja-laced candy. More than 60 students from Ocherius Primary School have been rushed to hospital after becoming ill. The students reportedly bought sweets from a vendor at the school gate around midday. After consuming the candy, they started falling ill. According to a source, the candy had traces of marijuana. The school administration, including the principal and guidance counselors, realized that something was wrong and organized a bus to transport the children to the St. Anne's Hospital. Some parents also arrived and took their children in private vehicles and taxis to the hospital. A number of the students were reportedly treated at the St. Anne's-Bay Regional Hospital and then released. Daughter of PMP councillor aspirant murdered in downtown Kingston. The police say a suspect is in custody following the shooting death of 31-year-old Anique Walters, the daughter of People's National Party prospective councillor candidate for the Admiral Town Division, Louise Newland, otherwise called Pumbles. Both Walters, a security supervisor of a Bembo Street Kingston address, and a man she was with were shot at about 10:45 Saturday night. The man remains in hospital. Head of the Kingston Central Police Division, Superintendent Beresford Williams, said it was too early to establish a clear motive for the killing, and it was also difficult to decipher whether or not the man in custody was involved. The person was taken into custody following information arising from the description of the vehicle said to have been involved in the shooting. It was reportedly seen in that vehicle driving in a manner that arose the suspicions of the police in Kingston East, he said. Williams said preliminary reports suggest that the shooting may be gang-related. He pointed to a feud involving the Upsetter and the Superstar gangs based in the area. According to reports, Walters and an unidentified male companion drove up in a black motor car on Orange Street in the vicinity of Orange Villa when they were pounced upon by armed men who fired at them, hitting Walters in the upper part of her body. The male was shot in his leg. 2 shot dead on McCookspen Main Road. Traffic was snarled for miles along the McCookspen Main Road in St. Catherine, where the bodies of a man and a woman were found with gunshot wounds. The 2 higglers were shot dead near a bus stop in McCookspen, Spanish Town, on Monday morning. The deceased are 55-year-old Darren Keppel of Big Lane in McCookspen and Angela Weatherburn of a West Kingston address. It's reported that about 4:45 a.m., the couple, who operated from Coronation Market, was awaiting transportation when gunmen struck. Keppel and Weatherburn were reportedly forced behind the bus stop and shot. Residents reported hearing explosions. The bodies were discovered about 6 o'clock in the area's bushy terrain. 2 shot, 1 fatally in Manchester. 2 men were shot, 1 fatally at New Green Square in Manchester on Sunday night. The deceased has been identified as 29-year-old shop operator John Channer, otherwise called Nunapus. A 35-year-old man was shot and wounded. It's reported that about 9:45 p.m., Channer was at his shop when a masked man approached him from the rear of the building and opened fire, hitting him multiple times in the head and neck. The other victim was shot in the left foot as he was making his escape through a window. The gunman fled in the area. The wounded men were taken to hospital where Channer was pronounced dead. Car torched amid St. Elizabeth love triangle killing. A Honda-Fit motor car was torched on Sunday night at a house in Fagan Town, burnt to ground in St. Elizabeth, following the killing of a linesman in what has been theorized as a love triangle. Reports received are that the car belongs to Orlando Blake's girlfriend. Blake is the man who was gunned down early Sunday morning. A police report said about 2:15 a.m. on Sunday, Blake, 35, visited an address at Fagan Town. While there, he was shot multiple times and taken to hospital. Unconfirmed reports suggest that Blake went to visit his girlfriend's house when he was shot allegedly by a licensed firearm holder. The record that went for the burnt vehicle had to be escorted by police from the scene. People are angry, a source said, in relation to Blake's death. Licensed firearm holder hands over accused murder of 8-year-old to cops. The
I'm a 12-year-old. I could have him.
Sit down out there, son.
Sit down, son. Sit down.
Me tell you something, man, you hurt yourself. No, get yourself in no trouble.
Yeah.
Shaggy one. I could have anybody fit you. Me have daughter too.
Don't see my doing back like that.
Right.
FLA. A commissary.
Yes, them I go home.
Tell me what make you breathe.
Crash out from work and get stressed.
Yeah.
And I have to feel what feel care of my crash my bike feel.
No. What make you kill him? Make you breathe.
Definitely.
Mommy left him.
You know see what's the next
Don't bug like that.
I never saw nobody other than MMP yet. You know, see me want to kill you.
So she said to me, no man, turn back, this don't look good.
And the boy,
When we turn, it's like him a run. But no man did the thing, come off by road and
so
go
Mr.
over.
Come run, sir. Russian.
I'm saying Richard Kitchen and talk
No. What you stop last?
Saint of CLM. Let me tell us if you take time, I may have to feel.
I want to take to be on.
So make a run for the security them. The black pops from my phone in Afghanistan.
Police confirmed on Monday that Troy Ellis, who is accused of sexually assaulting and killing 8-year-old Talia Thompson, was handed over to them by a female licensed farm holder on Sunday night. Reports indicate that around 10:35 p.m., the woman was driving along Discovery Bay Main Road in St. Anne when she identified a man matching the description released by the police. She apprehended him and handed him over to the Discovery Bay police. We extend our gratitude to the public for their continued vigilance and collaboration in ensuring the safety and security of our communities, the police said. A manhunt was launched for Ellis, 27, who was on the police guard at St. Anne's Bay Hospital but managed to escape on Sunday morning. He had been on the police guard since Sunday, September 24, pending charges for the incident. The police high command announced that the 2 officers on guard duty at the St. Anne's Bay Hospital, where Ellis escaped custody, were removed from frontline duties with immediate effect. Young Talia was allegedly sexually assaulted and murdered on Saturday, September 23, by the man who is said to be a close family friend. He was taken to the hospital after reportedly shooting himself and inflicting several stab wounds on his body in an attempted suicide. Decomposing body found in Lionel Town, Clarendon. Lawmen assigned to the Lionel Town police station are seeking the public's assistance in identifying a man whose decomposing body was discovered in Alidowner District, Lionel Town, Clarendon on Sunday, October 1. Reports from the lawmen are that about 6 p.m., residents were alerted by a foul odor and went to make checks in bushes nearby. They discovered the decomposing body and summoned the police. The scene was processed and the body removed to the morgue. The body is of dark complexion, medium build, about 5 feet 9 inches tall, and sports a dreadlock hairstyle. The body was clad in a black merino, blue pants, and pink shoes. The Lionel Town police are appealing to citizens or family members who may know or have information on the identity of this man to contact the Lionel Town police at 876-986-3233, 119 police emergency number, or the nearest police station. JBN will keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.